So we just kind of wanted to give y'all an update of what's going on the ground here in Texas.
There's a major ice and snowstorm approaching now.
Pipes are bursting all across Texas.
Power Boulevard was without power Monday after a transformer failed nearby.
Others have lost their homes or lost all access to water. Relief organizations are ready to deploy once the roads get into better shape.
We have seen zero government presence for the most part.
We raised about $55,000. On the very first day, we realized that there was a $5,000 limit for how much money could be sent per week.
Put social media pressure on Cash App. Put social media pressure on Venmo. Tell them to lift the spending limits. We are FEMA right now.
Hi, this is Alexa for Untitled, and today we have a new host joining us all the way from Texas. So Lolly, take it away.
Hi Alexa, thank you for having me here. February 17th, Winter Storm Uri caused power grid failure in Texas. During this time, we followed Amber Brown and Molly Farisi as they gathered to cook warm meals, handed out water, provided hotel rooms, and money to local Dallas residents.
So it's actually kind of crazy how this all happens. Amber and I are in plenty of different groups together as far as being like two women that are leaders of organizations. I reached out in the group and I was like, hey, like my power is out, and Amber was like, anybody that wants to stay here is welcome. And I took up the offer, and we've been organizing in her apartment for the past, 5-6 days?
Yeah.
And we work super, super well together.
This kitchen has no water, so we've been working out of water bottles. We're doing what we got.
I specifically remember, this group of people would just show up with this amazing food, and it was vegan, and I was like, what? And so that's how I got to know Molly, because she was leading that up, and I was like, okay, Molly's super cool.
Yeah, one thing that I remember a lot of is with Amber doing leading all of these protests, the girl being in front of the mic, being demanding change. The same way where I put my best forward with cooking food, she puts her voice forward.
Can you kind of describe to me what's going on behind us right now?
Yesterday we provided about 50 meals for a displaced shelter. We're going door to door. We're trying to identify complexes that are low income and have lost their power. So it's really every day looks different. Every hour looks different. Okay, is everybody here? So I can tell you all the plan. If you're not comfortable driving, then don't, because it's freezing, right?
The fact that every single one of you guys is here is remarkable. I know that everybody that drove here through incredible conditions to get here. So I just want to thank you guys for showing up.
All right.
Questions? Concerns?
Right? Wrongs?
Let's do it! Just like that. We're here at Borja's Cocina Mexicana. It's the 5th day. Tens of thousands of people are still without power, and there is still no word on when things will be coming back to normal.
Yesterday we were operating out of a kitchen, an industrial kitchen without running water, and we're so thankful today we do have water.
He's a true angel, if you know what I mean.
You have to be nice with the community and help others and stuff like that,
Water is really our biggest need right now. The entire city seems to be out of water, where there's caps on how much you can purchase. This has all been built overnight. Organizers are not sleeping to make this happen, and so we're super thankful for everyone who's coming together and making this possible.
3, 5,
Self, go hungry or thirsty.
10,
You know you can change.
15.
What do you like to eat?
From today, how much money can you estimate that you guys have made or have been able to give out back to the community?
Maybe as of yesterday, I think we've raised around $40,000, and all of it's been distributed for the most part.
So we have money coming into our organizations, but we're limited on how much we can distribute.
There are disbursement limits, and so that has put a huge restriction on us to be able to help these funds flow smoothly.
Yeah. Can you tell us a little bit of the issues that you guys were running into with these apps?
On the very first day, we realized that there was a $5,000 limit for how much money could be sent per week. We were struggling to figure out, oh my gosh, how are we going to get this money to the folks who really need it, especially because they needed it in the moment.
How were you distributing funds throughout that time? What was your system like?
Essentially, we were asking people who had financial security to send $5,000 or up to $5,000. Some people sent $1,000, some people sent $100, some people sent $5,000 through their personal Venmo with the promise that we would pay them back later.
Hey, my credit card don't go over $400. And if it does, just buy it yourself and I'll pass it.
So it was like a lot to try to manage and track, and it slowed down our ability to get money to the folks who needed it.
I can imagine you guys were under an insane amount of pressure. How did you guys apply that same amount of pressure onto these companies and apps?
I'm not sure exactly what happened with Cash App, but I think someone was able to message them directly and they were pretty responsive and lifted the cap for us pretty quickly. With Venmo, we had multiple members reach out. Ultimately, Venmo did lift the cap, but it was 4 or 5 days later. We had already built our system to get the money out.
I can help you work on it right now, while we're kind of driving. I can turn on my hotspot.
I can help out with that. We can do that tonight. Yeah.
We'll do it tonight.
Do you feel abandoned by the way Texas handled giving aid out to your community during a crisis?
To feel abandoned would mean that there had been something in the past, and I feel like we feel again let down, but it's nothing that we didn't expect, and so I feel like what has given us hope is the fact that we can rely on each other.
Me personally, I feel abandoned by our federal government. I feel abandoned by our state government and even our city government. It is so difficult for us to be putting the weight of the magnitude of what people are dealing with on our shoulders, as even collectively as mutual aid groups. Yes, we're a decent amount of people pulling this together, but this is so challenging.
We had this expectation that the government is at least going to clean off the roads. No, there was no preparation. We had known since last week that there was going to be snow. They didn't prepare by stocking up any kind of snow trucks to help people move better. They just let everybody fend for ourselves.
I just wanted to give you all a quick update. Tonight it's supposed to freeze again, so we're doing our best to work fast to get these deliveries out. And people are driving 30 miles, 50 miles across town to other cities to deliver food for people who have reached out. I almost want to cry right now. It's incredible. It's really incredible, y'all. So thank you. Thank you.
We are here today at the La Quinta Inn. This is one of the hotels that Not My Son is housing. They have about 80 families here. The families that are housed here are being housed here because their homes aren't livable due to the power outages, the pipes bursting, unsanitary water. And so Not My Son has been working around the clock, literally 24 hours every day to house families. And this is only one of the hotels that they have here.
Each family is a minimum of 5.
Okay.
Any other families that are less than 5 members are at the Comfort Inn over here. There's not just a set of parents.
Wow.
You have to have kids to stay over here.
I'm here because we didn't have no water, the lights was off.
Well, I have power now, but don't have any water.
My neighbor's apartment, it collapsed into her building, so she had to completely relocate, and it caused them to shut off my water completely, so I have had no hot water, no water at all, no running water at all, so I've been having to buy cases of water for the past week and a half.
The worst moment was when the lights, when I said the lights were going on and off, we literally had to rush and try to make noodles here and there, or try to make a quick meal before the lights go back on. And then it was freezing cold.
They were just Mommy, why is there no water? They couldn't take a shower. And that makes me feel uncomfortable and sad. My children deserve they don't need to see nothing like that. They need to have everything that they need.
It is very disheartening, especially in the middle of a pandemic, to depend on people that don't care if you're alive. And that's just the basis of it. They do not care if we're fed. We've been on the ground every weekend. Sorry.
Oh, you're good.
We've been on the ground every weekend since, the pandemic started, and even before then. But just being able to see people actually recognize where true change happens. We definitely should hold the government accountable. We definitely should hold corporations accountable to be helping out right now, but we're all we got. Every single one of us is somebody that's capable of making change. The people that are on the ground are the people that decided that they're not going to depend on the other one. They're going to depend on themselves and the people that are available around them, the people that can look you eye to eye and say, you know, if I have this, I can split it in half and give it to you.
Oh, you know what else you should include in this story?
What?
My car broke down if anyone wants to buy me a new one. I'll take it. I'll take a car.